I was recommended an Adam Mockler video to check out. Apparently, it covers the aftermath of something that I already did a segment on, and exactly what I predicted would happen seems to have happened. MAGA bros lose everything in Trump coins. For those who don't know, there was a institution called World Liberty Financial that started a Trump-branded cryptocurrency endorsed by Trump. You could buy it. There was no way to sell. In fact, I don't think there was any way to trade or do transactions with this coin, basically making it not even a real crypto. Well, apparently, exactly what I said was going to happen has happened, and Trump has sold his coins, apparently. That's what I would assume, and a lot of Trump supporters got scammed. We are absolutely going to sit here and laugh our asses off at conservatives and MAGA voters losing money. Yes, they voted against the rights of women and minorities in this country to line their own pockets. So them losing money because of Trump, you better believe our only response is to point and to laugh.
All right, there's something bizarre going on in MAGA world, and it's going to leave a lot of Trump supporters burnt. A few weeks back, when Trump won the election, all of the crypto markets began surging. Bitcoin hit all-time highs, and that's fine. Bitcoin is at least more legit than Dogecoin.
Is this about all of the meme coins around Trump, too? Oh, this goes even further than Trump. Okay. This goes further than I even thought this video covered. So, you might already know this, but the realm of crypto and NFTs has been a landscape of scammers and bullshit artists for years now. That's like the first thing that should come to mind when you think NFT or crypto is scammer. Those are tied together inseparably. There are a lot of things called shit coins, which are these low effort, 5 seconds in the spotlight crypto coins that are usually made as pump and dumps for those behind them and those that got in on the ground floor. And a lot of these shit coins will have dumb names or be related to something that is currently really popular. And so Peanut coin is in reference to that squirrel I mentioned earlier, Peanut, a squirrel that had been put down in like New York City or something. And so the right turned it into a whole like the left-wing government wants to murder your pets type deal. And it actually got a lot of traction. People were saying, pray for Peanut. Kamala Harris killed Peanut. Kamala lied. Peanut died. That kind of thing. They turned it into a successful meme. And so Peanut became a successful crypto that no doubt some chud out there is scamming a bunch of other chuds out of and making a ton of money off of. And then Trog, I don't even know what Trog stands for. It's probably an acronym for something else related to Trump. Anyway, just thought I'd explain what's going on here. It seems like all of the scammers that also follow Trump have successfully scammed a bunch of other Trump supporters, which is quite funny.
Coin, which also hit all-time highs. A cryptocurrency called Peanut tripled, and these are called meme coins. The meme coins have absolutely no value whatsoever beyond being memes, and that led to articles like this. Inside Donald Trump's meme coin holdings, Peanut and Trog soar post-election win. Now, if you don't know what the hell that means, don't worry, you're not alone. I didn't know what that meant a few hours ago earlier, but this is part of a larger push that the Trump administration will be making towards a crypto Federal Reserve, and there's an economist, Peter Schiff, who broke down why this would absolutely tank the economy. But even beyond this large-scale crypto reserve, on a small scale, all of the people who have gotten sucked up into this Elon Musk algorithm, all of the bros who rely on Joe Rogan's word like it's the gospel, have been buying into these meme coins, have been buying in.
Oh, yeah.
And the thing is, trading is always a zero-sum game, but when you're trading these crypto meme...
Well, what you need to remember is there's not a shred of legislation around crypto. Market manipulation for crypto is not a crime. Let's say Elon Musk decides to buy a bunch of shares of Apple and then goes on Twitter and says, guys, Apple is about to go to the moon, buy, and tweets that. And a bunch of people buy, and then he sells all of the shares. That's a federal crime, like a big deal. It's called market manipulation. It is a big fucking deal. You will go to prison for it. Doesn't matter how successful you are. It's a really big deal. Best case scenario is you get a massive fine, but you might go to prison for it. Market manipulation is not a fucking joke. Like the government don't fuck around with that shit, nor do the powers that be in the stock market in corporate America. But with crypto, it's fully unregulated. meaning that what Elon probably did was made hundreds of millions, if not billions, in recent years off of telling people to buy cryptos that he'd just bought and then selling once they hit their peak. This is market manipulation, the same as it would be for a stock, a federal crime if it was a stock, but because it's crypto, it's not. Trump, Elon, and countless other multi-millionaire scammers like them have probably made billions since the blow-up of crypto off of scamming their gullible followers with pump and dumps. This is like a lot of the money in these spaces is just scammed from each other.
Shitcoins is what people call them. It's more than a zero-sum game. You're going to get rug pulled. Very often, you will get completely rug pulled, meaning you put in a lot of money.
I hate to say it, but Andrew Tate worded it better than anyone else has. For one person to win big at crypto, a lot of people have to lose.
And then some whale pulls out all of their money and you rapidly lose everything. So drop a like, subscribe, let's jump in, and let's start off with the serious, larger scale. So this Reuters article dropped this morning rating crypto industry jockeys for seats at Trump's promised council. So the crypto industry superstars are all trying to get seats at Trump's new council. A slew of crypto companies are jostling for a seat on President-elect Donald Trump's Crypto Advisory Council, seeking a say in his planned overhaul of U.S. policy, according to several digital asset industry executives. Campaigning at a July Bitcoin conference in Nashville, Trump promised a new council as a part of a crypto-friendly administration. But here's the thing. For people watching this, I would be okay with a crypto-friendly administration. I would actually say a crypto-friendly administration would be cool, but Donald Trump has an extreme plan to make America the crypto capital of the world, and that's not cool.
We're not going back to the gold standard. We're going to the Bitcoin standard. We're so fucked.
When he recently started a new crypto company named World Liberty Financial and put his son, Beavis and Butthead, as the head of this company.
I brought it up earlier. World Liberty Financial is Trump's personal crypto scam. His rug pull that he has personally endorsed.
This situation is what the term conflict of interest was invented for. This is a straight up conflict of interest. So now, several top US crypto companies are clamoring for seats at the table. The Crypto Council would likely be housed under the White House's Economic Council, which coordinates and implements the president's economic policies. But here's the thing. Honestly, I hope this is one of those scenarios where Trump goes back on his word, because if he plans on turning us into the crypto capital of the world, let's see what Peter Schiff says about this, who is a respected economist. He said, if the US government actually established a hashtag Bitcoin reserve and bought 1 million Bitcoin, which is Trump's plan, it might end up buying millions.
All right, let's do the math on this. I'm just curious, how much money would it cost to buy 1 million Bitcoin? What's Bitcoin at right now? Like 64,000 per Bitcoin? Let's check. Hold on, that's my recordings. Bitcoin value. Let's check. Oh! Damn! Bitcoins are at 100K? No wonder people are... Well, it's up $582 in value, which is only 0.60% today. I imagine Bitcoin's probably been skyrocketing since Trump took office, because a lot of people are going to probably think it's gaining a load of value, right? Okay, let's do the math on that then. 98,333, let's assume it happened right now, times one... How much do you want to buy? 1 million Bitcoin. Oh my god. Okay. How much would 1 million Bitcoin cost? Let's find out. Holy fucking shit. Okay. About $100 billion. Just short. I should have been able to do this math in my head because it's so close to a full 100K times a million. But damn near $100 billion. At $98,333,000,000 is how much it would cost for the U.S. to buy 1 million Bitcoin at its current value.
It's more. Just hold on and listen for 1 second. Since the U.S. government's purchase of 1 million Bitcoin would drive up the price so high, many people hanging on for dear life who don't want...
This is true, yeah. It would drive up the coin massively, and then everyone would sell, which would tank its value, and then the U.S. would have nothing. Oh my god, he's so right. Because who the fuck would hold their Bitcoin after that?
who don't want to sell, then worth millions of dollars, would finally begin cashing out to spend their windfalls. This would cause the market to crash, forcing the US government to print even more dollars to buy more Bitcoin to prevent the price from crashing further, thereby diminishing the value of its Bitcoin reserve. Of course, a reserve of something you can never sell and must continuously buy is worthless as a reserve. To maintain the pretense that its Bitcoin reserve has actual value, the US government would be forced to keep buying, in the process destroying the value of the dollar. This would mean that Bitcoin prices would keep...
Isn't it crazy that Bitcoin might hit $100,000 the same day I hit 100K subs? That's fucking crazy.
Rising and rising, and the US government would have to print even more money to just buy more Bitcoin. Ultimately, so many dollars would be printed to buy Bitcoin that the US would experience hyperinflation, rendering the dollar completely useless. Once the dollar is worthless, the US could no longer keep buying Bitcoin. Instead, it would have to sell all the Bitcoin it holds to try to pay its bills, leading to the complete collapse of Bitcoin. In the end, Bitcoin would have succeeded in destroying the dollar, but the victory would be short-lived as Bitcoin would be destroyed along with it. At least those who sold to the US government to buy real assets would be rich. The people who never sold their Bitcoin or kept their savings in dollars would be completely wiped out. It goes without saying that this scenario would be an unmitigated disaster for the US. That's why it's highly unlikely the Bitcoin reserve will ever be established, let alone built up to the level suggested by RFK Jr. So, not only is that a terrifying vision of the future, but I'm also hoping that that never happens. So after Trump won, we get titles like this: Dogecoin, a joke no more. And if you don't know what Dogecoin is, again, it is...
I need you to understand that our country is run now by scammers. Like, the douchebag tech bros on Twitter who, like, rug pull each other and make millions off of, like, scamming their own followers, these are the people who now control our government for at least the next 2 to 4 years. The dudes that you see on Twitter posting their ape JPEGs that they spent $10,000 on, those dudes are the types of people now running our government. As of, obviously, what is it, January 20th? January 12th? When's the inauguration? They certify the votes on January 6th, and I think the inauguration's like Jan 12th, right? It's either January 21st or 12th. I don't know, or it's 20th. Okay. I was off by 1 day. It's the 20th, not the 21st. My bad.
Is what DOGE, the Department of Government Efficiency, is named after. It's this named after this dog, this Doge, a meme from 2015, 2016 maybe.
I hate that Kabosu has been co-opted by the right into a method for scamming others and popularizing and like cutesifying their hate and their ideas, right? That for those who don't know, Kabosu is the name of the Shiba Inu that the Doge meme is about. That's the real dog's name, and she passed away recently. About 1.5 years ago, maybe she passed away. She was like 17 years old, 16 years old, a pretty old like Shiba. She lived a long, happy life. Her owner seems to have taken a really good care of her. I follow the owner on Twitter. So yeah, I mean, it happened with Pepe too. It's different though. I guess it's more akin to Harambe though, an actual like living thing that after its death was like martyred by the right and turned into a symbol for them. Peanut too. Same goes for Peanut, the squirrel.
This is the official logo. You can even see the chart right here. Ever since about the 6th, ever since the election, it just skyrockets. It absolutely skyrockets. But most of the people...
You need to understand that the line, like MAGA and crypto bros, the Venn diagram's just a circle. It's just a circle. Trump winning, every crypto bro voted for Trump. Every stock and crypto bro voted for Trump because they are 1,000% certain it would be the best for them. They're clearly going to make a lot of money off of this unless they sell. The thing about this is they can't really make money off of this unless they sell, right? So the early adopters might sell, and that's going to tank the value a shit ton. I don't know, man. I don't know how long this growth can be sustained for Bitcoin, especially not with what's going to happen in the coming years. We'll see.
People buying into this are not super smart, aware investors who know that they're going to be in it for decades for compound.
Dude, imagine buying Bitcoin when it's at $98,000 per coin. Granted, I said the same thing when it was at 50K. But, like, imagine buying Bitcoin when it's at this much of a spike. You gotta wait for a bull, at least, if you're smart. Like, wait for, like, a drop down to like around here or something, and then buy. Because maybe it gets back up here one day, but like check and see if there's a dip. Like if you just know these things, you don't want to buy here. This is the worst time to buy.
Growth. These are bros who scroll through their Twitter algorithm and are throwing some money in. And you know what? If you're doing that, that's fine. I have a friend who threw 20 bucks in. That's no big deal. He's just gambling 20 bucks like he's on a sports app.
Who do you think sold here? Do you think some dude who mined like 1,000 Bitcoins back in the day sold here and just tanked the value? Because someone sold, one person caused this for sure. This dip was caused by a person who had a shitload of Bitcoin and sold enough to cause this.
But I just saw a video on Twitter where somebody lost $4,000 on one of these. Like, look at this video that's on screen right now. It reads, when your first rug pull turns into a...
This is a 14-year-old who created his own crypto scam and rug pulled his followers live on stream. And I think he made like $30,000 off of it. If you're wondering how fucked Gen Z is, they're doing live streams where they rug pull their followers at 14 years old.
Life lesson. This kid, he's just a little kid, created his own token, scammed everyone, and then made $30,000 himself, and then walked away and just flipped off the screen. I mean, he's being arrogant about it, freaking out, flipping the screen off. He just scammed a bunch of people. He made 30 grand. Honestly, if you're a grown man and you're putting your money into a cryptocurrency that was made by a kid, and you know that it's made by a kid, I mean, he was live streaming all of this.
These are the purchases of the crypto going in live. He's freaking out on live as like people are buying up this crypto.
You deserve everything that happens to you. You deserve to get flipped off by this cringe kid.
And they do.
Just, if you zoom out,
deserve it.
This is going to start happening en masse.
To be clear, the people who now run our government are so stupid that 14-year-olds can scam them out of $30,000 in an hour. It's bad, guys. It's bad.
Happens when Elon Musk uses Twitter to boost all of these absolutely absurd shitcoins. They are called shitcoins. Bitcoin is at least a little bit legit in my mind. I don't have any money in Bitcoin. I don't think
It's not. It's the only reason why people look at Bitcoin as legit is because it has a relatively stable value that rises rather than falls most of the time. But Bitcoin has always been as much of a scam as every other crypto. The reason why everyone always knew that annoying guy at work who tried to get you into Bitcoin back in the day was because that guy already had a bunch of Bitcoin. And the more people, much like a pyramid scheme, he can get to buy Bitcoin, that raises the value, and then he can sell. And he bought in earlier, which means that his value in Bitcoin, the more people buy, the more his holding is worth. And so if he can, much like a multi-level marketing scheme, get more and more people in, one day, maybe, as long as everyone who got in early continues to do that, the value will spike to a point where they can sell, like whoever the fuck caused this dip did. And so that's why everyone always knew that annoying guy at the water cooler trying to get you into Bitcoin is because he wanted to scam you. If you could fall for it and sell and buy after he's already bought, then he's made money off of you. Anyone who buys after you do, when a thing continues to gain value like this, they've made money off of you if you bought after them. That's how that works. The people who buy the soonest get to sell when things reach their peak, and they make the most money. The risk is obviously maybe things don't peak, maybe they dip, maybe they flatline, you make no profit. But when it's, something like Bitcoin, which has had so long of pretty strong growth, people see it as legitimate, but it's no different than any other coin. It just wasn't made for the sole purpose of a pump and dump. But like by nature, just like stocks, a lot of people have to lose for anyone to win big. Like one person winning big requires thousands upon thousands of people to lose on smaller investments.
Ever will put money in Bitcoin, but that's at least a little bit legitimate. By the way, none of this is investing advice. Do whatever the hell you want. I'm just saying, I see Bitcoin as a little bit more legit than Dogecoin, but none of those match like the S&P 500 because, again, when you're buying Google, when you're buying...
Well, yeah, if you're going to invest, buy an index fund like the S&P 500, right? Like, just, you're basically betting on the economy being healthy. But frankly, I sold my S&P 500 SPDR shares. I sold them. After the election, I made a decent bit of profit, and the stock market's still going up, which is nice. I could have made more, but I feel like I pulled out at a good time because, holy fuck, do I not want to be holding any stocks when Trump takes office? Because you know that once things start to plummet and you try to sell, the companies like Robinhood and stuff are going to try to delay the sell-offs. They're gonna try to like do it slowly and stagger how quickly people are selling the stock, like they did when people were buying GME. So yeah, I just want to get out ahead of that and get my stock sold, make my profit, and get the hell out of the stock market before Trump takes office.
Buying a share of Google, you're buying a share of a company that has offices across the country. I mean, Google owns YouTube. They have a product. They have millions, probably 1 billion consumers. Peanut, the cryptocurrency that Donald Trump currently owns, it has none of that. Peanut is not a company, it's a meme. Donald Trump's 2024 election win has fueled a huge surge in Trump-themed meme coins, with Peanut the squirrel taking the lead. Peanut the squirrel being named after the squirrel who was euthanized in New York and has since turned into a culture war issue for right-wingers who think that was an overreach of the government, even though it was just normal protocol. Trump's crypto portfolio is now filled with other intriguing tokens. The thing is, Donald Trump has his own profile on these accounts, and Trump gets donations on that account. This is Trump's account. He has $13 million in there, and he holds Trump Coin, Ethereum, WEThe, MVP, Conan, Baby Trump. He owns some MAGA, but I mean, it's absolutely absurd that this dude not only owns crypto. I mean, I don't really care about that part.
He's got 9.25 million in Trump Coin, 1.75 million in Ethereum. Why would he not invest? If he was smart, he would have put that 9.25 million. Or however much how would he buy at? I guess it doesn't say, but like whatever he bought at, if he had put like a fraction of this into Ethereum instead, he'd have made more. Ethereum's far better. Like Ethereum is basically baby Bitcoin.
If he wants to own crypto, that's none of my business, but he owns all of these shit coins and is leveraging his position as the most powerful person in the United States, in a few months at least, to then pump these shit coins, and eventually, I'm sure, they will get rug pulled. I can almost guarantee you that many of the bros, or women even, who are throwing their money into these shit coins.
In the case of crypto, they're all either rug pulls or they're going to pop. In the case of Bitcoin, Bitcoin is going to pop, and when that bubble pops, a lot of people are going to lose a lot of money. Ethereum too. Those are not rug pulls. They are legitimate quote unquote cryptos. But, like I said, with any crypto, a lot of people have to lose for anyone to gain. So it is a scam in that sense on a base level. But Ethereum and Bitcoin they've been stably rising. Like Ethereum, I believe this is accurate, is at like nearly 4,000 per coin. So
coins will not be happy in a year. It's not a long-term investment. None of this is financial advice, but be careful if you're going to throw your money into Trump coin. I know none of you guys would ever do that, but there are other ones that may be more alluring. Even if there were a Kamala coin, I wouldn't throw my money in that, even if Kamala asked me to, because I would donate to her campaign, as I did a lot, but I'm not going to throw it into some scam coin that Donald Trump is promoting. It is absolutely absurd, and it will not end well. Drop a like, subscribe, have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you.
True! Yeah. Donald Trump does not give a fuck about you. If you're a Trump supporter and you watch this video, for one, I'm impressed you got this far. Comment something like, I don't know, eggplant down below so I know you watched this far. Dude, he doesn't care about you. You are nothing but a source of financial gain for him. And a source of ego inflation as well. He's pretty big on that. Trump loves having his ego inflated. So, maybe don't cuck yourself out to this, like, billionaire? Maybe? Like, maybe... Or is Trump a millionaire or a billionaire? I'm pretty sure he's just a millionaire. Is he a billionaire? I don't know. Do not cuck yourself out to this rich guy who doesn't care about you, who just wants to make money off of you and use your validation to inflate his ego. Like, come on. Have like, some balls, bro. Like, stand up to this, like, dumbass who's turning you into his cuck. You're his concubine, bro. Anyway. Thank you so much for watching this segment. If you enjoyed, consider leaving a like, whether you're watching live or after the fact. Every thumbs up is like casting a blue ballot for YouTube to push my content in the algorithm to new and old viewers alike. And of course, if you want to see more from me on other platforms, consider following my social medias down below, including my Blue Sky, and joining my Discord server if you haven't already. It is the main hub and core of my fan base. And on top of that, I host at least once a week gaming events, call-in streams, watch parties. And on top of that, I announce all my new uploads and streams there. So if you haven't already, join my Discord, make sure you hop on in. And if you want to support me directly, financially, and you've got the money for it and you feel like it, consider donating, subscribing, or gifting a sub on my website, xanderhall.com/live, or support me financially through YouTube, Streamlabs, Stream Elements, Patreon, or buying merch through the Streamlabs link down below. Regardless of how you support me, though, I hope you enjoyed, and as always, Have a good one.